Dear students, in the last video we have learned about the Champaran Satyagraha, about the Kheda Satyagraha which was held under the guidance of Mahatma Gandhi. In today's video we will learn about workers' movement at Ahmedabad. During the First World War there was great inflation. Students, this First World War, it has its own importance in the history of world. It was originated in the European countries, but it shows its effects on the whole world, and the India also crushed by the effects of the First World War, and it was held in the year between 1914 to 1918. And in this World War there was a great inflation. Inflation means rise in price, increase in price, and because of the inflations the mill workers demanded for rise in salary, but the mill powers rejected these demands. In Ahmedabad till there are many of the mills, and because of the inflation or because of the increasing price on the global level, the mill workers, they demanded for the rise in salary, but the mill powers or the mill owners, they rejected this demand. And as per the Gandhiji's advice, the workers went on the hunger strike, and finally the mill owners had to back off and the salary of workers was increased. It is the another success of the Satyagraha. Mahatma Gandhi ji advised to the workers that they should make a strike against the owners of mills. They should went on hunger, and finally this satyagrahas, this hunger strike successfully turned the minds of the owners, and they took back off the owners had to back off from their not to increase the salary of the mill workers, and the salary of workers was increased. It is the another success of the Satyagraha of Mahatma Gandhi. Now, Satyagraha against Rowlatt Act. Satyagraha against Rowlatt Act. In the First World War, the Indians had helped the Britishers, though the Indians, they do not have any interest to fight against the European countries in the First World War, only because of the Britishers. The Indians, they helped to the Britishers. And why did they help? The Indians, they felt that after the World War is over, there will be a system of governance for taking decision for well-being of the Indians. It was the hope for Indians. If we help them in this war, after this World War, the Britishers will will take some good divisions for well-beings of the Indians. But there was growing unrest amongst the Indians regarding the increased price, taxes, etc. Though the Indians helped the Britishers in the First World War, then also some of the part of Indians, they were unhappy, growing unrest among the Indians regarding the increasing prices and taxes on their goods, on their selling deeds, and because of the inflation also there were the growing unrest among the Indians. To suppress this discontent and to suggest measures about it, a committee was appointed under Sir Sidney Rowlatt, and to suppress, to find out the way on in the for this discontent among the Indians, the Britishers suggests the measures about it, and the committee was appointed by the Britishers under Sir Sidney Rowlatt, According to recommendation of this committee, a new law was passed without considering the opposition of Indian members in Central Legislative Assembly on 17 March 1919. 17 March 1919. According to the recommendation of the committee of Sir Sidney Rowlatt, a new law was passed. And this new law was passed in the year 1919 on 17 March. Considering the opposition of Indian members in Central Legislative Assembly, this law came to be known as Rowlatt Act. What is Rowlatt Act? Then you have to write, and according to the recommendation of Sir Sidney Rowlatt's committee, a new law was passed, and on the 17th March 1990, considering the opposition of Indian members in the Central Legislative Assembly, this new law came to be known as Rowlatt Act, and it is also important for fill in the blanks. In the year 17 March 1919. This law was passed in the year 17 March 1919. This act gave the right to the government to arrest anybody without any warrant or imprison without any trial. Now it was the matter in this act, without any permission, without any arrest warrant, the police can arrest anybody without any warrant or imprison without any trial. Appeal was prohibited against the punishment given through this act, and if the particular person get a punishment through this act, there were no any provision to appeal against the punishment. The Indians called this act as Black Act. Black Act. Why? Because the government or the police got a right to arrest anybody without any warrant or imprison without any trial. So the Indians called this act as a Black Act, and a tide of hunger arose all over India against this act.